What kind of backpacker are you? What kind of backpacker are we? Find out in the next episode of That Morning Joe Hiking Show. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to That Morning Joe Hiking Show. Sir Corey here.
Sir Guzzlot.
All right. I hope you're all staying warm and toasty out on the trail. I know we've had some pretty low temps as of late, and some pretty frosty mornings, as well as some snowy ones, too. As you pour yourself a nice hot cup of Joe and warm your body up, we're going to warm your ears up as we talk about the only news that matters on the web with hiking. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hike.
Haiku.
I didn't know you like Japanese poetry. Yeah, right. We got jokes. We've got a lot of topics to discuss today, and the first topic being our first main topic is a thing called gridding. And you want to tell us about gridding this morning?
I don't know. I just learned about it, so I didn't know how many of you all have heard about it. Maybe y'all have. Apparently, there's this new thing in the hiking world, because, hiking's not enough, so you have to grid now. And gridding involves climbing multiple peaks, multiple times a year in a specific area. It's not a new sport. Hikers have been repeating summits for as long as they have been hiking. Over the past 10 years, though, gridding has become more popular, especially among popular peak bagging list of the Northeast, such as the White Mountains 4,000 footers, the South Beyond 6,000 feet challenge, or the SB 6K. Routes actually go back to 1968, and credit goes to the Tennessee Eastman Recreation Hiking Club, now called the Tennessee Eastman Hiking and Canoeing Club. The grid isn't a hiking project. It's a challenge of balance, and by balance, it means bagging the necessary peaks per month, rest, and life in general. So, gridding is just this new thing coming about where people are just all about hitting as many of these peaks in an area as they can. Not just one big mountain, but climbing all the peaks in that area, trying to get it done within like a year or a time frame, I guess, something like that.
Oh, so it's basically you're just pushing yourself to do as many as you can within a certain time frame?
Yeah,
basically
pretty much,
what it is. Huh.
That seems pretty cool, but I don't think I'll ever be doing that one.
I mean, that's some pretty hardcore stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of climbing.
But hey, I mean, if you guys are interested in doing that, you might want to start looking into gridding and give that a try. If you're just looking to push yourself just a little bit more. Our next main topic today is I kind of want to rant a little bit, and that's about graffiti and garbage out on the trail. As of late, I know there's a lot more hikers on the trail, and that's a great thing. I'm glad that people are getting out there, getting up their butts up off the couch, and just enjoying nature. And but with that, and the more people, the more garbage. And I really have been finding like wrappers, pop cans, beer cans, cigarette cartons, and all kinds of packs and all that sort of thing. I was watching a video the other day about this backpacker who is walking through the woods, and he found like a bloody used tampon just laying right there. And what I really want to say is pick up after your damn self, Yeah. Like, we're adults here.
Well,
we need to make...
Some of them are.
Right, but even if you do have kids with you out on the trail...
No, I mean, even though they're over 18, some are adults.
Oh. True.
If you're leaving your trash out on the trail, you're not an adult.
That's true. And, there is the natural bridge in Slate, Kentucky, in the Red River Gorge geological area in Kentucky, where we we visit it quite frequently in the fall months because we like to go up there on the bridge and see the nice, pretty colors. Well, the last trip we went on about a year ago, somebody had taken pink spray paint and just ran pink spray paint like all across the facing of the bridge. And I was really saddened and angry when I saw that. And that's going to take a lot of work getting that off of there. And it may even damage the rock itself by the cleaning techniques that they use to get it off there. But what can we do? What can we do as a hiking society to put an end to this? For one, kind of whatever you pack in, pack it out. Okay? Just bring you a Walmart bag or some kind of Ziploc bag or something like that, and just do a double take around your campsite before you leave, or after you get done having a lunch or something, and just kind of look around and just pick up after yourself. The second thing, and sadly, we're going to have to pick up after other people too. Other people who don't care. I like to carry a Walmart bag with me, and I know you like to carry one with you as well.
For me, I carry a Walmart bag to keep all my trash, but I just say that, if we took an extra one with us and just could carry out one more extra Walmart bag worth of trash off of a trail, if everybody did that, the trail would be clean within a year.
Oh, yeah. Or at least maintained, too.
Oh, yeah.
So just kind of do your part, look around. Let's just make nature beautiful, keep it beautiful. We don't want it to become like another city or a town where humans have all congregated together and dirtied it up, smogged it up, and trashed it up, So we definitely, me included, we all need to be better at picking up our trash and, unfortunately, other people's trash out on the trail.
Yeah.
All right, our third main topic today is a thing that I have kind of warred with myself to even talk about it because it's so controversial, but there are things going on in the YouTube world right now that affects us all. Some more than others, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have residual effects on all channels, and that is the COPPA thing. It stands for Child Online Protection Act, I believe, and what it's about is YouTube has been breaking or has broke some laws regarding to marketing towards children, and they actually were fined here within the past year. I'm not 100% sure on the exact number. I know it was like 140 million, 170 million, something like that, but it was really up there. And if you're a YouTube creator, YouTube themselves has sent a video to us all and explaining what is going on and the changes that are coming to YouTube. What's the main thing that's happening is they're making all YouTube channels select one or the other. Either A, you are a channel meant for children, or B, you're a channel meant for adults. There is no gray area. There is no in between. You have to choose one or the other. A lot of the channels who are dedicated towards children, there are major changes coming to them. First and foremost, we have some idiots driving past out here, so please excuse that. First and foremost, they're disabling the comment section, so you will no longer be able to receive or comment on YouTube videos that are meant for kids. Two, there is no more ending display where you can have them click on another video and go to that other video. 3, you are no longer able to monetize. I don't know the exact specifics of that, but I know that there's going to be an 80 to 90% revenue decrease in channels meant for kids. We don't know the entire 100% full details yet of this, but YouTube is going to be updating their terms of service again for the 3rd time this year on December 1st, and they want all of this together by January 1st. If you do not comply to their guidelines, you can be sued for, I think it's $47,500 personally per video. So it is big time, big deals. Now, with that being said, we don't know 100% of everything yet, and nothing is 100% set in stone. They're still trying out the logistics of it all. And but right now we want to say that from Knights of the Trail, we are choosing to be an adult channel.
Yeah.
We do not appeal to kids. We're not meant to appeal to kids. And but that doesn't mean we're going to be a rated R, rated X, NC-17 show. We're going to continue on doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we've never really tried to appeal to kids in any kind of way.
No.
We're trying to appeal to people our age, adults that are looking to start backpacking themselves and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think the whole COPPA thing's stupid. And that's just we'll end that right there. Next. It's just dumb. Just more crap.
Yeah.
People have to deal with. Like there ain't enough out here already.
Right. It's the government pretty much stepping in and telling us how to raise our kids and that sort of thing. I don't really have an opinion. You could ask me one day and I might have a different answer for you, but that is just basically the facts right there that we know so far. We are going to leave links down below where we got all of our information from, various YouTube videos, a video that COPPA had put out themselves, along with a YouTube video from YouTube, and that's where we got all of our information from. But we'll leave links down below showing you where we got them, and you can make up your own decisions on how you can interpret that yourselves.
All right. I was going to. This is funny, but it's hiking related. So, what do you think the number one reason is why hikers get lost on the trail? Why was the number one reason? You said that you thought it was maps.
Maps, not knowing how to use a map. And
not how to read a compass and a map and all that. Which that would probably have to be number 2, though, right? That would have to be number 2, but that's not number 1. So I'll give you all a few seconds to just try and think of what could be the number one reason people get lost. It'll probably be something you wouldn't think of. And
go ahead, take the time right now, leave a comment below, and tell us what you think is the number one reason why people get lost on the trail.
Reason? What did you think of? And then when you finish the video, if you want to write a comment on what you thought it would be, maybe you're right. But apparently the number one reason unprepared hikers, it says now, the top reason unprepared hikers need to be rescued. And that is, the answer is a headlamp flashlight.
A headlamp?
Yeah, a hiker found herself in the dark, alone, and lost for a second night in a row. She lacked a basic, fairly cheap piece of equipment, a headlamp. The night before, New York Forest Rangers found her in High Peaks region of the area.
Adirondacks.
Yeah, what he said. After she called 911, escorted her out and gave her some friendly advice. A headlamp would have saved her and the Rangers a lot of trouble. But that advice went unheeded, and there they were again earlier this fall, hiking season, rescuing the same woman for the second day in a row. Forest Rangers say that not having a headlamp is among the most common mistakes they encounter when they are rescuing hikers in the
Adirondacks
and on other trails in that state. apparently, just hiking at night. Of course, I love night hikes. Don't get me wrong, I love night hikes, and I do have a headlamp. I said, but I thought that was hilarious because I was like, that's number one reason hikers have to be rescued. I was like, well, what is that? I thought it was hilarious that it had to be a headlamp. Out of all the things, it's a headlamp.
So she just didn't have a headlamp?
No, I guess she didn't have a flashlight at all. No, she didn't have a headlamp. Period.
What the heck?
Yeah, just so I thought that was kind of weird. So always have a headlamp when you go hiking, even if you plan on not being out there past dark. Things do not always work out like you want them to.
Oh yeah, so definitely be prepared.
I always take my flashlights with me, even if we're going for a day hike. I always take my flashlights with me because you never know. You get lost out there, something happens, you get hurt. I don't know anything. There's so many things that can happen out there that can keep you there till dark. It's always good to have lights on you. And
definitely carry an extra batteries or some kind of power source to where you can power your headlamp. Because, some headlamps, like, you keep it in your pocket and then it turns on.
Yeah,
and it's running the whole time and it runs it down.
Yeah,
now, my Black Diamond Spot 300 lumen headlamp, it actually has a little lock on there to where it won't turn on, you have to do a little combination of hitting buttons to get it to turn on.
I'm going to get me a new lamp anyways. Here comes spring, I want to get me a new one, something a little bit better.
Heck yeah. But yeah, just remember, bring your headlamp.
All right. Yeah, always bring a headlamp, flashlight, something. If it's not a headlamp, then bring a flashlight. Something that's light, that's bright.
Okay, so we're going to be answering your guys' questions at the end of this video. And if you have any questions or comments at this point in time, go ahead and leave that down below in this video. And we will definitely be answering them in our next video. So with that being said, we are going to be moving on to our main topic today. And that main topic is, what kind of hiker are you? What kind of hiker are we? We're about to find out with this quiz. This quiz comes to you by mylifeoutdoors.com. We are not a sponsor, but if you want to take this quiz yourself, you can just go over to mylifeoutdoors.com and take it for yourself.
Let's see.
So what kind of backpacker, hiker are you, Sir Cuss?
I'm the... where's it at? 55 liter or more.
Okay, so
the bigger the backpack, the better.
Basically, here are the categories, and we'll be going through them one at a time. Says, what size pack do you carry? And you can go ahead and follow along with us if you would like. Are you 25 liters or less, 55 liters or more, 45 liters, or 35 liters?
Yeah, I'm 55 liters.
55 liters, yeah. You like your comfort items out on the trail.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So what do you carry in your pack? Only what I need. I'm trying to shed weight. Rope, ice axe, and crampons. I guess you're going to be doing some mountain climbing in the snow peaks.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Water, lunch, and sunscreen. Tent, sleeping bag, and a few days of food.
Tent, sleeping bag, and a few days of food.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. When it is time to stop for the night is when I get back to the car, after I bag this peak, when a trail angel offers me a bed for the night, when it's dark, or when I find a good place to camp.
This time, let's get back to the car. When I get back to the car, I'm done. Yeah, it's time to stop now.
A trail angel isn't really going to offer you a bed unless you're like on the Appalachian Trail or something. You know. I don't see much trail angels on day hikes. But anyway, we're going to move on. What is your preferred destination? The end of the trail, like the Appalachian Trail, you're just going to be hiking to the very end. An alpine lake or a mountain summit?
I like the mountain summit, like Hanson's Point. That was it's good to have a destination that's more than just the end of a trail. having it. I mean, yeah, for the Appalachian Trail, it's a whole different story. Of course, you want that to be your destination, but for the most part, I like my destination to have something like a peak, like a mountain peak. So probably that one.
Okay, mountain summit.
Yeah.
When it is time to eat, I will cook a freeze-dried meal. If possible, hitchhike into town and grab a meal.
There you go.
Pull out the sandwich I packed, or eat something non-perishable.
If possible, hitchhike in the town to grab a meal. Seriously.
You're probably going to be... that'll probably be if you're like on a long trail like the Appalachian Trail, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're on an 8-mile hike, are you really going to hitchhike all the way to town?
No.
Be like, hey, I'll be back.
No, because then I would just save it for after the trail's over with. But, you know, when you're going to camp one night, that day before you camp, it'd be great to have a drone come and deliver your Big Mac.
Okay, so if possible, hitchhike into town and grab a meal. Yes. All right. I get my water out of a bottle, purified with iodine tablets by melting snow or filtered from a stream.
Filtered from a stream.
Heck yeah.
Water filtered from a stream, nice and cold, is the best water I've ever had.
Water, yo.
Filtered, though. But yes, it's the best water I've ever had. It's straight out of nature.
There really isn't nothing like drinking cold water from a stream.
It's so good.
All right. How many miles till the end of your trip? 20 to 50 miles, less than 20, 100 to 200, over 1,000, or 50 to 100.
I'm good. Less than 20.
Less than 20, huh?
Yeah. Less than 20 for me every day. I don't want to go anything over 20. You're just trying to kill me. That's just me, though. That's just
day hikes.
Yeah. I like day hikes. I don't like sleeping out in the woods. I'm heavy and it's very uncomfortable. It's very I can't sleep. It hurts. I wake up all night tossing and turning. It's not comfortable. And then if I bring the stuff to make me comfortable, my pack's too heavy.
Okay. Well, we're going to get you some mattresses and stuff.
Yeah, we're going to help with
something. That. Just like me and Silent Nights, we had to get a comfortable pillow and a comfortable sleeping pad while we were out there, and it made a world of difference. There was no way that we could have done our 21-mile backpacking, 3-day, 2-night backpacking trip up to Mount Rogers without having that comfortable sleep of that air mattress. So, all right, moving along. When it is time to go number 2, you A, dig a cat hole, B, use a wag bag, or C, there is a pit toilet at the trailhead, I can wait.
I guess it'd be to dig the cat hole, because I've had to crap in the woods before. Of course, I just hanged my ass over a log. And went on the other side of it, and I've done it.
And it goes into a cat hole, correct?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because a lot of people are getting sick out on the trails because people are just defecating and urinating.
Oh, I did this when I was a teenager.
And water.
I haven't had to crap in the woods since then, so that's 20 years ago.
Oh, well, we've learned so much.
Oh, yeah, I've learned a lot in 20 years. But, I mean, because I'm not crapping in the woods unless I necessarily have to. My stomach's like, okay, there's no way I'm not crapping in the woods, so that's the only time I'll do it.
And you want to dig the cat hole just deep enough to where like the water isn't rain isn't going to come and just kind of wash it downstream too.
No, yeah.
A lot of people getting sick out there. What is it? Dysentery and
there's all kinds of things that can come from that.
There's a main one though. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, if you know what the answer is, leave a comment down below. Okay, so we're digging a cat hole. You see a great vista along the trail. What do you do? Maybe snap a picture. I've got miles to hike. Stop and have a picnic. Don't bother. The views are at the top. Or set up camp for the night.
Don't bother. This view's the top. I mean, I would probably take a quick picture, of course, and just sit there for a minute and rest and just enjoy it. But then, you know, hey, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time's a wasting. So
don't bother. The view's at the top.
Okay, and our final one. What are the ultimate bragging rights for you? Number of summits I've climbed. Sweet selfie with a mountain backdrop. I sleep in the dirt and poop in the woods. How many miles I've hiked, or how difficult the climb is.
Sweet selfie with a mountain backdrop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like mountains.
I've been there.
I've always been a big mountain liker. I like being up high.
Well, of course, there is the number of summits I've climbed too.
Yeah, well, number of summits.
Of course, you would want to take a picture when you got up there, right?
Yeah, see, some of those are like a lot of the same, but I would just say a selfie with a mountain backdrop.
Okay. Well, a number of summits you've climbed, that kind of means like...
If you're gritting.
Yeah, if you're gritting.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to put in your email address at the end of this.
Whew. Sleeper.
All right. You're a day hiker.
Yes, I am. Proud of it, too.
Says here, you enjoy hiking outdoors and may even like multiple miles a day.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, you want to sleep in your own bed, or at least in a bed.
Yep.
You don't carry a lot of weight, just what you need for the day.
Yeah. Because when I day hike, my backpack ain't heavy. Because I only need a few things.
But when you are doing an overnight trip, it's huge.
It's stuffed to the brim, and it kills my back. And that's another reason my back hurts more on an overnight trip, because I have to sleep on the damn ground, which fucking hurts. And everybody else is out here like, oh, I like sleeping out in the woods. I'm tough.
Oh, I do like sleeping out in the woods now it's comfortable for me. Which, by the way, I'm doing a review on the air mattress that I have. It's the Unigear UL1 or something like that. Be looking for that as well. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure you do that, so you can see all of our trip adventures and get gear reviews and all that good stuff.
Ooh.
So I guess it's my turn.
And what size pack do you carry?
Well, at the current moment, if I go by the pack that I do carry, it is a Osprey Volt 60 liter pack. I would like to get that smaller if I could. I want to be an ultralight backpacker, but I just can't afford it right now. So I guess 55 liters or more, because that's what I've been carrying lately.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm definitely probably just going to stay. I think mine's like 70 liters. I can't even remember. Oh, what do you carry in your pack? Oh, water, lunch, and sunscreen, tent, sleeping bag, and a few days of food, rope, ice axe, and crampons. Only what I need. I'm trying to shed some weight.
I'd like to say only what I need. I'm trying to shed some weight.
I'd say that's what you do most of the time, isn't it?
Yeah, but I have noticed the importance of some luxury items, such as the pillow and the sleeping pad that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be considered, ultralight, bare bones. But tent, sleeping bag, and a few days of food. I mean, that's pretty ultralight there. I mean, you have to have those things. So I think I would go with that. Tent, sleeping bag, and a few days of food.
Cool beans. When is the time to stop for the night? After I bag this peak, when I get back to the car, when a trail ranger offers me a bed for the night, when it's dark, or when I find a good place to camp?
Well, I'm warring between after I bag this peak or when I find a good place to camp. After you bag this peak, it's kind of like, yeah, I did it for the day. Now I can actually finally rest and sleep. But sometimes getting to that peak may take multiple days to get there. So I think when I find a good place to camp is the most important thing, that you have really good level level ground to sleep on, that you have a water source nearby, and a really good area. So yeah, when I find a good place to camp, I think is more important.
And what is your preferred destination? The end of the trail, the alpine lake, or a mountain summit?
You see,
an alpine lake would be nice too, though.
It really could be any of those three at any given time.
I know.
Depending on what I'm doing, I do plan to hike the Sheltowee Trace at some point in time, which that would be the end of the trail. I'm enjoying mountain summits after my trip to Mount Rogers. I really felt like I accomplished something. I got to see something that not a lot of people get to see. And yeah, I think a mountain summit would be my preferred destination. I cannot wait till our trip to the Smokies, where we climb Mount Nakani.
Nakani's going to be a good one.
What are we doing that, 2021?
Supposed to.
Yeah,
we'll see how that works out.
Well, we're trying to make plans to do that in 2021.
The money might be a little issue, but we'll see. Hopefully it won't. When's the time to eat? I will, if possible, hitchhike into town to grab a meal, cook a freeze-dried meal, pull out the sandwich I packed, or eat something non-perishable.
Well, cooking freeze-dried meals, I enjoy that. And maybe even eat something non-perishable. It's either between those two. I've really gotten into dehydrating my own food. It's not freeze-dried, it's dehydrated. It's not an option on here, but I kind of prefer to do that. It's healthier, it's got less sodium and nitrates and all that crap in it.
Yeah.
But for now, I think I'll cook a freeze-dried meal.
And I get my water by melting snow, filtered from a stream, purified with iodine tablets, or out of a bottle.
Filtered from a stream, of course.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
So good. If you have a really good filter, too, it's really healthy for you as well. Really cold, naturally. Filter from a stream.
How many miles to the end of your trip? 100 to 200, 50 to 100, less than 20, 20 to 50, or over 1,000? I can imagine over 1,000.
There are options that I would like to do on here, but the average for me on here, I would put myself in the 20 to 50 range because I know I keep beating a dead horse here, but when we did our Mount Rogers trip, it was 21 miles, and it was like the best time I've ever had on trail, and I love that. I think that's perfect for me. So, but 20 to 50 for now.
All right.
I want to continue on getting further and pushing myself.
When it's time to go number 2, do you dig a cat hole? There's a pit toilet at the trailhead. I can wait, or use a wag bag.
Well, I never thought I would do number 2 out on the trail until this past year, but I've done number 2 3 times.
Jeez.
Sometimes when you gotta go, and you just can't wait until there's a toilet. I don't think we're required to use wag bags around here, and I don't think there's a need for it either. So, yeah, I've dug a cat hole every time that I've had to go. So, yeah, dig a cat hole for me.
You see a great vista along the trail, what do? Don't bother the views are at the top. Maybe snap a picture. I've got miles to make. Stop and have a picnic. Set up camp for the night.
Sometimes when I'm walking by, we're out and about, and I see a really good view, either like a waterfall or a really good view of the landscape and vista. I'm like, what? It'd be good to have a lunch here. I'm always saying that. But realistically, if we're on a long hike, we really need to get to our destination, and if it is at the top, I would prefer to just go ahead and don't bother. The views are at the top.
There you go. And what are your ultimate bragging rights? How much you climbed? I sleep in the dirt and poop in the woods. How difficult the climb is. Sweet selfie with a mountain backdrop, and how many miles I hiked.
Again, I'm conflicted with 2 of these here. you know, how many miles I've hiked, it kind of tells me, it gives me a number of how much I'm progressing, how much better I'm getting. And if I started out with an 8-mile hike and that's the only ones I could do and I'm getting tired, and here I am at multiple 100-mile hikes, you know, that kind of tells me, wow, I'm getting better. But as of recently, ever since I climbed my first mountain, I realized that, you know, it's not really all about the miles, but what, you know, you really feel like you really feel like you're accomplishing something when you climb a mountain. You got to the very tip top and you're standing, you know, taller than everybody like in the state if it's the tallest mountain, you know.
Yeah.
And there's just something to that, and I think I'm going to be number of summits I climb because I want to climb a lot more summits, a lot more mountains. And we'll see what I am.
Boys.
Well, I'm a peak bagger, apparently. It says, for you, the destination is always the top. Some days you carry a day pack, others a large backpack. It all depends on what the peak requires.
Yeah.
You don't concern yourself with miles, only getting to the top of your next peak. You don't mind other hikers, so as long as they don't get in the way of your goal. Whether it's 14ers, Southern Sixers, or state high points, you have a list and won't stop until you've bagged them all. Gotta bag them all!
There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely a day hiker. I just ain't much for sleeping out. I mean, I love sleeping out in the middle of the woods, don't get me wrong. If I had a mattress out there, I'd be out there every night. I wouldn't even sleep inside. Are you kidding me? But I have to sleep on something comfortable. That's my problem.
A peak bagger.
The woods ain't the problem. It's the comfortability of sleeping, I guess. It's not the woods. I'm not scared or, you know, it's painful. I can't sleep. We've gotten, you know, as humans, we've gotten used to these clouds we sleep on every night. And, you know, our bodies should really be used to sleeping outside. You should be able to sleep on a rock and be just fine, but it's just not how the way we were raised.
But how awesome is it after you've slept out on the cold, hard ground for a night or two, and then you come back to bed, and then you lay in your bed, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is the most comfortable thing that I've, you know, it really feels like you are floating on a cloud. It makes you appreciate things more, you know, when you're out in the middle of the woods and you only have yourself to rely on, some freeze-dried or dehydrated meals, and you come home to a nice, good, home-cooked meal. You see your family that you ain't seen in a while, and you're sleeping in a nice, warm, comfortable bed. Going out there, I think everybody should go out there just to appreciate what they got back home more. All right, guys, so we did ask you all to leave comments and questions in the last video that we've done, and we're going to be answering those in this video. And I'll repeat again, if you have any more questions or comments, go ahead and leave those comments in this video, and then we'll be answering them in the next video. So we're going to go ahead and go through these. We haven't read them yet, so we might just be surprised with what people say. They could be bad. So TIMEOUT to the Trail writes, great job, guys. I'm going to enjoy your podcast. Heck yeah. This episode was great. A nice shout out to Tony and Missy, and thank you for mentioning the breakfast collaboration. For this app that we're talking about, what is that app?
Oh, yeah, the Walk the Distance app.
Yeah, the Walk the Distance
it does
app.
cost, but not much. It's on sale right now for like $3. You can buy the entirety of the Appalachian Trail and then, you know, put it on your phone. It's going to take you like 2 years to walk it, so, you know, it's a $3 purchase that's going to last you 2 years. So it's not that bad.
Well, you kind of answered the question before we got to it, but that's okay. For this app, is there a fee for this?
Yeah.
Apparently, yes.
There is.
I heard about something like this before.
It's really cheap, though.
I heard about this. I heard about something like this before, but I wasn't willing to pay for it. I have the AWOL guide and was keeping track of my steps and seeing where I would be according to my guide for a while. Is that sort of the way this app is?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's got marathons, and you can walk from one city to another, and then it'll tell you where you are along the way, and show you what you've seen. You know, what you would have seen maybe along the way if you were actually walking it. It's just a cool, fun way to keep up with what you're walking around town or at work every day, or around your house, or when you go hiking somewhere else. You can pretend on your phone app. You can pretend you're on the Appalachian Trail, and it doesn't really cost that much. That's $3. I'll pay $3. That's nothing.
Heck yeah. And it's just a one-time fee.
Yeah.
$3.
Oh yeah. You don't have to pay monthly or anything.
Oh,
once
great.
you buy it, you own it.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Yeah. All right. We have a comment from Marshall's Weather and Hiking. He writes, "Haha, yes, even deer will fight." Apparently that's from our response to our video with bears attacking, and then and then deer in our last video. He writes, "My parents and I had a Springer Spaniel that liked to chase deer. Once there was a fawn with a doe, and when the dog caught up, fawn was too young to outrun a dog. The doe turned around and charged right at her. Dog narrowly avoided getting kicked in the face. She was so used to them always running away, she was completely shocked. I also had an injured deer snarl at me. While driving after dark, a doe darted out and smashed its head on my passenger side door. I stopped and got out to check the damage and saw the deer laying in the middle of the road behind me. I thought for sure it was dead and was about to move it off the road, but when I got close, I saw it was breathing. At that moment, it crossed my mind that I shouldn't be so close with nothing to defend myself.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it suddenly stood up, looked directly at me at point-blank range, and made an awful growling noise. I backed away carefully, not turning my back to it as I didn't want to get attacked blindly from behind. It then hobbled away, and I got back in the car." Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that story with us, Marshall's Weather and Hiking. I'm glad that you weren't injured. I'm glad the deer seem to be all right.
They will attack, though. They're wild animals, and they're scared. They attack because they're scared.
I have a story of my own. Back when I was a kid, we went to Greenbow Lake State Park in Kentucky, and my stepdad took us there. They have a caged-in tennis court there, and somehow a deer got its antlers stuck into the net of the tennis thing.
Well, yeah.
So my stepdad went in there and actually detangled the deer's antlers from the net, and it was trying to swat at him, and it was
he was scared,
going all crazy.
He didn't know you were there to help him.
But finally, he successfully got it unraveled, and it took a while to run out of the door because I didn't know where the entrance was. But I always thought that was kind of cool, and I really actually saw that a deer, if provoked, could attack you.
Jeez. Oh yeah.
Okay, moving on. Our next comment comes from Southwest Ohio Adventures. Southwest Ohio Adventures writes, "Great job, Corey and Cuss. Miguel's Pizza is awesome. Love the pizza and great breakfast as well. Can you highlight some of your favorite places to hike?" Well, first and foremost, didn't know Miguel served breakfast.
Yeah, I'll have to try that out someday.
I know they've expanded upon their building, so if you haven't been there in a few years, they've actually expanded it, and they have more of a sit-in diner type feel to it before. Usually they had a few seats in there, but most people ate outside on the picnic tables. So that's really awesome to know, and thanks for letting us know that. As far as can we highlight some of our favorite places to hike? What is some of your favorite places to hike?
I like the local ones. I like Lake Vesuvius Lake Trail. I like the Greenbow 8 Mile Trail. I like the Four Seas 8 Mile Trail. I like the local ones that I can enjoy and then know that I'm going to go back to bed in my own house that night. So I really did enjoy Hanson's Point, though. Staying up at the very top is kind of fun. I like that. I wish we would have slept out in that cliff, though.
Yeah.
But my favorite, quick day hike is just, I love Vesuvius, and just all these local ones are really nice. But I'd have to say Vesuvius is probably one of the best ones because you get to have a pretty lake to look at the entirety. Well, except when you get really back there, it turns into a creek, I guess you'd say. But for the most part, you got a lake on one side of you. Depending on which way you walk, it'll be on the left or the right, depending on where you start. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite trails to do, just because I love looking at water.
My favorite trail, and it's good that we do this show because we have such an opposing view of things. We don't always agree with one another on certain things. Like I actually like multiple nighters. I like long miles. I like being out and away for a good long time.
I can't be with my family that long. It hurts.
So I think my family is like, when's your next trip? When you go into your next trip? So, no. But anyway, Grayson Highlands. I think it had everything that you could possibly want there. They didn't have a lake. That's the only thing that I could. They have just about everything you could possibly want. I mean, they have the tallest mountain in Virginia. They have wild ponies and
that's nice.
And cattle. They've got all kinds of wildlife there. Bears are rampant there. I didn't see any on my trip, but we sure to heck heard them. So, because other backpackers and the AT through hikers that were at the shelter just about 500 feet up from us had to fight off the bears at both places that we stayed the night. Jeez. I do love Lake Vesuvius in Wayne National Forest. I think it is just awesome. It's just a hop, skip, and jump away from us. So if we have any new gear that we want to test out before we go on our long trips, it's a good one to test out gear. You can just go up there and camp. You've mentioned before that they have reflectors on their on the trail markings. Yeah. So if you do have a headlamp, which you probably should after this video, it's easy to find your way. It's almost impossible to get lost on this trail.
Nah, it's an easy trail.
And I've done a solo hike on it before, and I'm going to actually film a solo hike in the next coming month, so definitely be watching for that. The Four Seas. I love the Four Seas. It's the Four Seas stands for the cross country. What does it stand for? The Carter Caves Cross Country Trail. Okay. At Carter Caves National Park.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to do that again. I enjoyed that trail.
It's hard. I mean, it's about 8.5 miles long, and there are some major hills you got to climb up and down, up and down.
Yeah, I would go if you're in shape. I'd go and be in shape when you do it.
But it's got a lot to offer because there's scenic rock cliffs, there's caves, there's the Shangri-La Arch that you got to crawl down under and pop out the other side. They have a nice little waterfall in season. We took a picture of that, you and I.
Oh, yeah.
They've got 2 swinging bridges you get to cross, and it's really cool. It has a lot to offer. I think there was one camp spot up there that you had to get a permit for at the Johnston Homestead backcountry camp spot. Man, tongue twisters. But yeah. Okay. And our last comment is Marshall's Weather and Hiking comments again. He says, my biggest problem is finding motivation in a flat state. Lower Michigan has trails, but not much in the way of terrain or vistas. Even rocks are hard to come by. I used to hike every weekend and climb mountains when I lived in Seattle during and after graduate school. The cost of living and obnoxious traffic eventually got to be too much, though. Living in Appalachia seems nice, not crowded, and decent mountains. Michigan is kind of boring until you get to the up. What, is he talking about upper Michigan?
Yeah, probably about the upper Michigan. Probably got some hills and mountains.
I know that in southern Michigan, and you probably already know this, I hate that you don't have too many places to get really good views around you.
I mean, being out in the woods is nice, whether you're up high or down low. Really, just being out in the woods is nice. But yeah, a little mountain is always nice to be on top of.
It's kind of a mood booster, something to look forward to.
Oh yeah, the view. Oh my god. That view from Hampton's Point just blew me away. I was like, oh my god. It was nice. I love having a view. I love having something to get to, instead of just an end of a trail.
Maybe you should go with us to Mount Rogers and Grayson Highlands.
I probably should do that someday.
Trips.
Someday, I should probably do that.
Because as much as I loved Hanson's Point, this is actually
I want to get some bear mace, though, since...
some spray.
I'd like to have me some bear mace when I go for that one. Just have it on a clip on my pants or something.
Yeah.
I just feel like it might, since you didn't see any, but somebody just a few feet from you had to deal with some. Let's just, because if we go again, it might be us that has to deal with them.
All night too, because they were relentless, and they just kept coming back. And I think the reason being is they have bear boxes there, but they put the bear boxes too close to the shelters, so the bear's smelling the food and it's attracting them, but they can't get in it. So it's bringing them to the campsite. What we did is
I would get bear mace, because if they'd have had that, they probably wouldn't have it probably wouldn't have kept coming back. If they could have just gotten one good spray on its face,
right?
It probably wouldn't have kept.
Well, we kind of played it smart as we set our camp up down trail, downwind, and we hung our bear bags. We put our food in bear bags, and we hung them about, 1,000 feet down trail. So
that's good.
So
even further than you camped. Even further away. Yeah.
Right.
That's good. It's a pain in the ass, but
And it's good to eat away from your camp too. I know we all like to sit around the campfire and just eat our food, but it's really good to just have a designated spot away from your campsite to eat. And
I like eating tuna.
Yeah, tuna.
I love eating
and
a
it
pack
smells,
of tuna,
man.
and that brings the bears like crazy.
Right.
But tuna is such a healthy. You don't have to cook it. High protein, good food for being out on the trail. Your body
omega-3s.
Yeah, your body could really use that when you're out there.
But back to Marshall's question. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have very many vistas and stuff. There's only one trail that I know of up in Michigan, and I like to do it myself. It's the Pictured Rocks trail up in Michigan. I know they have these awesome sheer cliffs overlooking, I'm pretty sure it's Lake Michigan or Lake Superior. One of those great lakes up there.
I want to go.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I usually am sometimes. So, but it looks like you're in the Scottish Highlands or something. It's real flat, and then it drops off, and you're really high up. I watched an Adventure Archives video where they've done it. They have the rocks have been polished so much that they've almost looked glass and jewel like a ruby or something, or a sapphire, and just really colorful rocks. So if you haven't been there, definitely look into Pictured Rocks. But living up there, I'm pretty sure you already know about it. But if anybody else is looking to go to Michigan or in the Michigan area, you might want to try out Pictured Rocks. I know I'd like to do it at some point in time.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, guys, that's the show for today. Thank you for listening to us, and hopefully you got some nice Java juice flowing through you. You're nice and warm, and you're going to have an amazing adventurous trip today. And until next time, guys,
Catch you on the flip side, fuckers.
stay strong and hike on. We'll see you on the
Bye.
trail. Bye.